Okay, y'all. So here's the thing regarding the Tamar and Krishan situation. Okay, Tamar. So here's the thing. You had your event. You felt the need to invite Krishan. I feel that it was your way of, inviting in a younger audience because at this point, as much as people don't want to admit it, a lot of people exploit Krishan because I hate the word popular, but we not gonna sit here and act like her name doesn't ring bells with a lot of young people. I'm in my mid 20s. I'm pretty sure it's people younger than me that know who she is, just like I'm pretty sure it's people older than me that know who she is. I think Tamar is probably in her 40s, pushing 50s. Don't quote me on it. But she's in that age bracket, okay? So we are in two different age brackets, right? So I feel when you invited Krishan, that was your way of, bringing in a younger audience. That's just the meat and the potatoes of the whole Tamar and Krishan Rock situation, right? Okay, I'm not gonna be too much on Tamar because she is the sister of one of my favorite singers of all time. Y'all already know I goes up for Miss Tony. So we not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna do too much on Tamar. Okay, we never heard Tony's name in any drama, which brings me to my next point. But I'm the only child, but from what I heard, a group of sisters, even if it ain't nothing but three, they always had that one sister that's just a little too much more than the other one, but they love their sister to pieces, if that makes sense. Okay, so the thing is, Tamar, you said in an interview not too long ago that you hate how people always say you're in drama, right? So I'm gonna tell you like this, Tamar. And maybe it took somebody to bring it to my attention. So I'm gonna tell you what somebody once told me. It's one of them things where you need to hear it, right? Okay. So once upon a time, and it may come off a little, but I needed to hear it, right? So once upon a time, I'm not gonna lie to you all. Um, I used to have a good Judy. Once upon a time. She was a little older than me. I don't drop names in none of my stories. I told y'all for the most part, I used to always hang around older people, even at my age now. If I do, keep in contact with people, my good Judy, this is not the good Judy that I'm referring to, but my good Judy at this juncture, she's older than me. I never really hung around people that were my age. Even my guy friends were all older than me. So anyway, once upon a time, I had a good Judy. We're no longer in contact. I seen her maybe a couple of years ago. Well, blah, blah, blah. Okay, boom. So I want to say when I was around 20, maybe 19, maybe it was around 19, she was around 28, right? So I'm not going to lie to you all. She used to eat my poo-poo sometimes. I never did her, but she used to do me from time to time, right? I'm not gonna lie about it. Um, so I told her off the rip, you'll see why I brought this up. Because sometimes when we feel that, well, maybe they just mad because sometimes we can miss the message because of the messenger. If that made sense, you'll see why I brought that up, right? Um, Time went on, she would always do me, do me, do me, do me. You know what I'm saying? And you know how somebody may not come right out and tell you because already told them what it is and what it ain't. You but you could tell that they dropping hints, if that made sense. Like I could tell she was dropping hints that she wanted me to do her, but I told her from get-go before she even came and got me that I won't gonna do that. That's not my ministry, right? So boom. So a little time went by and she would do me. Like when I tell y'all I would fall asleep and she's still down there. if you know what I mean, right? All night, right? So some time went on. We didn't really kick it like every day kick it. Maybe a couple weekends, she'll come get me. She'll cook for me. You get what I'm saying? And she'll, you know what I'm saying? So, ask me how I'm doing. You know, around that time, I was going through a lot in the community college that I was going to before I transferred my credits to university. That I was going through a lot. So it was, you know, so I would tell her about it and stuff like that. So, boom, right? So by her being a little older than me, she was, you know, tell me certain things and, you know, from experience, right? So, um, so boom, right? So a little time went by and she told me, she said, one time I was telling her about what was going on, right? So she was like, can I be honest with you? And I said, go ahead. She just cut right across me. She said, can I be honest with you? And I said, go ahead. She said, you promise you won't get mad? You know, and usually when people say you promise you won't get mad, that's they about to tell you something that they've been wanting to tell you, but they don't know how you're gonna take it, right? So I said, go ahead, you know. And she said, you say you don't like drama, right? But every time I talk to you, you in some drama. And for a second, it kind of took me back, right? So I'm like, well, what would make you say that? What would make you say that? She said, because every time I talk to you, you know, it's something going on, you know? And I'm like, but you asked how everything was going. You know, I'm going through a lot at school. You know, I'm going through a lot, you know, da-da-da. You asked. And she was like, yeah, I asked, but I expected maybe like a little 1-2, but not like a whole soap opera, not like a whole play, you know. So for a second, I was pissed off because I felt like the bitch trying to be funny, like she trying to, you know. But you know, I was a little. She rubbed me the wrong way with it, right? So she was like, "What time you want me to come get you?" I was like, "I'm gonna be busy," because by then she had pissed me off, right? So long story short, I cut her off, right? I hadn't talked to her in years because I felt like the bitch was trying to be funny. I felt like, you know, so boom. So I'm saying to myself, she just mad because I won't do her. She just mad because I won't do her, right? But I was literally talking to my deuce about this not too long ago because my deuce, I don't hide nothing from my deuce. She know that's not my ministry, but I told her in that moment what I was gonna let the girl do. And she said, well, little do you know, if you let her do it, that's still bulldagger behavior. I said, no, it's not. She said, that's still letting her have sex with you. I said, no, it's not. Because I didn't do her, I didn't touch her, so that's not the same shit. She said, it's the same shit because it's still you letting her perform on you. No, it's not. And to this day, I stand by that. That's not the same shit. But anyway, nonetheless. So not too long ago, I was talking to my dudes, and I forgot how we got on the subject of her. I think we were talking about my cousin that, you know, is out or something because her car got stolen. And the other sister is something. We were talking about something, and then we got on the subject of her, right? So I brought up what she had said to me. I never told my dudes that the conversation I just told y'all, right? And you know, now I'm a little older, right? And I have seen Shorty Girl since then. She spoke, I spoke. She brought up, you know, I told y'all I was 19. I was 19 because I lost my virginity when I was 20. Right, I was 19 when she told me this. I remember now. So I saw her not too long after, maybe a couple years after, right? And she asked me at that time, was I still a virgin? And I told her no. And her mouth dropped. So, because I told you I lost my virginity when I was 20. But when I knew her, I was still a virgin. So, boom. So, yeah, I was 19, maybe 18. It was around that age because I want 20. I know that for a fact. I could have been about 18, 19 when I knew her. But I lost my virginity when I was 20. Matter of fact, it won't not too long after. Because my guy friend was always there, but he didn't turn into my boyfriend until later on. But nonetheless, so I brought up to my dudes, we were talking, and I told her about what she said to me, right? And, that was the first, I haven't had people tell me nothing like that for real, right? So, even to this day, people, that's not something that, how there's bitches out here that people always say they in drama, they in drama, they in drama. That was not something that people really said to me. Matter of fact, I think that's the only time somebody has said that to me, right? So, I was kind of taken back for a second, right? And when she told me that, I'm like, but more of the story, Tamar. I don't know if your sisters have told you, but if they haven't, I don't know if you listen to the YouTubers, or, I don't even consider myself a YouTuber. I just, I don't consider myself one, but I don't know if you pay attention to YouTube. I put it to you like that, but if nobody has told you, I'm going to be the first one to tell you the same thing she told me. Because now I'm a little older, and I can look back on that like she told me, her exact words were, an outsider looking in would assume that you like drama. An outsider looking in, because people, like she told me, people that don't like drama, they avoid it. And I'm like, I don't. What you mean? But maybe, even though my dudes told me she's a bulldagger, but she got the point, because the average person would assume that she like drama, that she like to be in stuff all the time, that she like her name associated with the mess. You see what I'm saying? So when I would tell her certain things about what was going on in school, and I would tell her how me and the girls got to arguing in the cafeteria and stuff like that, and I would, run back the situation play by play, she would tell me in the middle, she was like, okay, that's why I say you like drama, because that you could have avoided that. You could have walked away from that. And when she first said that to me, I'm like, you trying to say I'm a bad person. You trying to say, because you just said I might like drama, you just saying I'm a bad person. And she said, no, that's not the same thing at all. A dramatized person is a person, first of all, a drama queen is somebody that makes a big deal out of nothing. They take one little situation and make it a whole scene, right? They make a mountain out of a molehill, right? When somebody say you always in drama, that means shit that don't, like she told me, she said it's stuff that could be avoided. So when I look, she said, look up the word drama. Look it up. Because I wasn't used to nobody telling me that, right? I looked it up, and it's just a series of current events, basically. So it's basically saying you always connected to a series of unnecessary events. Shit that don't have to be happening, that's constantly happening over and over and over again. So, more of the story, Tamar, you say you don't like drama. Avoid it. I don't know. I feel like you had too many sisters for them not to have brought this to your attention. Because sometimes, they may not have told you, because at the end of the day, they know they're your sisters, and they know ain't nobody gonna really fuck with you like that for real. Meaning, like, they not gonna let nobody mess with you. So it's like, okay, that's my sister. She gonna talk her shit, and that's just that on that. But sometimes if people really care about you, they will bring certain things to your attention. Like the person I just told y'all, she didn't make a Facebook post about it. She didn't make a Instagram post about it. She didn't make a public service announcement about it. She didn't tell the next bitch of the next bitch of the next bitch. She waited until me and her had the time, and she said said what she said to me. She didn't have to put it on the public broadcast that, hey, this person, da 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 da. She said it to me. She didn't have to get loud with it. She didn't have to do all that. She said it to me. So that's one thing that I always respect about her. She didn't have to do. She not one of the ones that gotta, make a video about it or tag you in the post to be shady. She not one of those. And like I said, sometimes we all need to hear the truth. Because at that moment, I'm just saying to myself, she's just mad I won't. But the whole time, no, she was really trying to have a me to her moment, my brain to her brain, older person to younger person, how other people gonna look at the situation. And as I get older, I done graduated college since then. I got out that school. I'll tell y'all the story about that later on. And see, that was something she always told me to do. She said, why don't you just transfer out? Why don't you just go to another school? I'm not going to let them think I won. I'm not going to let them think I won. It's not about that. Like she said, it's about going to school and trying to get your piece of paper and leave. And we all ended up getting kicked out anyway. I'll tell y'all the story about that. But see, I was fortunate enough to transfer my credits out to school. I was fortunate enough to transfer my credits out to school versus the other ones weren't so fortunate. You know what I'm saying? I ended up transferring my credits out to school, and I graduated college, and then I went to grad school. I'm in grad school right now. So, but back then, when I would tell her about these things, she was like, that's what I be talking about. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, that's that drama stuff. You like the drama. How? Because you stand in a school clearly when they keep giving you a hard time. You fussing with the bitches. You complaining about the administration. They not doing nothing. The average person would just leave. But no, you insist on staying there. That means you loving the unnecessary shit. AKA drama. And the whole time I'm thinking, she trying to be funny. She just mad because I won't do da. No, she was really trying to bring something to my attention. Awareness, but I won't pay attention. So Tamar, you say you don't like drama. This is from me to you. Avoid it. Avoid it at all costs. If you haven't heard it before, you heard it here first.